Please be aware that the following podcast may contain adult themes and adult language. Also, this is just for fun, and these are just our opinions. We're not experts, just really, really emotionally invested.
รายการต่อไปนี้
Hello and welcome to That's Such BL. I'm G.
And I'm E.
And we're just going to jump straight into it. This is our introduction to our podcast. We asked you on Instagram for your questions to get to know us, the admins, a little bit better. And this is what this initial mini podcast is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So normally in future episodes we're going to talk about bigger themes, boys love in general, take some questions from people, play some games, do some fun stuff. But for today it's just about getting to know who we are.
Shall we just dive right on it?
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
Okay. So question 1. Where are you from, E?
I'm from England. The United Kingdom.
Do you want to be a bit more specific for our English listeners?
I live in London and have done for the last almost 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Where were you, like...
Where was I born?
Well, yeah, I guess.
From, and no one's going to know, from a place called Peterborough. Oh, it has a great cathedral.
Peterborough.
Do you?
I know Peterborough.
I guess anyone who takes the train from London to the northeast would know Peterborough, because it's on the route. But there is absolutely fuck all there.
I am originally from Newcastle upon Tyne, England.
Now, I think this is interesting because I don't think you have a super strong Geordie accent.
No.
We have... and that's that.
So, I was not raised with an accent. For people not aware, the Geordie accent is the accent of Newcastle, which is in the northeast of England. If you know Anton Deck, they're the prime...
I think lots of people have seen Geordie Shore as well, maybe.
We don't talk about Geordie Shore.
Yeah.
How old are we?
Wow, ancient.
We are
so
very ancient.
literally crumbling. We're 26.
We are 26.
We're born a month apart.
And we're both Aries. So question 3, what is our relationship? I think what this person meant was, like, we know each other in real life.
We do. We know each other in real life.
Yeah.
I'm sitting looking at you right now.
Yeah.
In the tent that we've constructed to film this.
In our podcast tent.
Podcast tent to record this. Yeah. I'll have to take a picture of the setup at some point because it's unique. Yeah, we're friends. We've known each other for...
Oh, God.
Maybe... 6 or 7 years?
Not that long.
Not that long?
No.
Are you sure? We're older
only
than we
met
think
you
we are.
in 2015.
Oh, so 5 years then.
Yeah, definitely not 7 years. I was still in uni.
Yeah, and I hadn't met my fiance yet.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
so it would be really impressive if we already knew each other, because that's how we met, through her.
Yes, we met through my best friend from high school, and now Eve's lovely fiance.
Yeah.
And that is how we know each other.
That is. She will make a cameo later, maybe.
She will.
Perhaps.
Maybe. Is there a third admin? No,
No. It's just us.
It's just us two. Okay, so question 4. Oh, I like this one. How did we get into BL? / what was our first BL?
Okay, so I'll try not to make this too long. Maybe you should go first.
Okay. I will go first because I was the first one to discover it. And how that came across, I've thought about this a lot, because even though it was only a few months ago, I really had to think and remember about the process of this happening. So, it first started with The Untamed. I know that much. It started with me just randomly coming across The Untamed on Netflix, and I I read the synopsis, and I liked the sound of it, so I watched it. And it changed my life.
Because you have a long history, a much longer history of watching, Asian dramas.
Yes. I think I got into Asian dramas in high school. No. High school? I was probably aged 17.
Okay, so a bit older than I thought you were going to say. Actually.
Yeah, I think I got into anime when I was a tween/teen, but I didn't actually discover Asian dramas, live action dramas, until 17, 18. Right, so it started with The Untamed, then I decided to seek out more. And that brought me to Oh-san's Love.
Oh, Oh-san's Love.
Who else has seen Oh-san's Love? Because, my goodness, I watched the first series. I mean, I'm going to have to dedicate like a part of the podcast or a future podcast to talking about Oh-san's Love, because it's just a lot. Anyway, Oh-san's Love came next. Then somehow I delved into Thai BL, and the first thing that I liked the look of was Two Moons.
The first Two Moons.
The first one. And so that was technically my first Thai BL was Two Moons. But yeah, that was my journey. So,
I see what. Yeah, I see the.
I feel like the context of my journey needed to be there.
Yeah,
because I started with Chinese, then I went to Japanese, and then I went to Thai.
Just a whole tour around East
Absolutely.
Asia,
and then I stuck with Thai.
Yeah, we're here to stay. Yeah. All right. Let me try and technically, my first interaction or with BL would be probably when I was 14 years old, maybe a little bit later than that. So I was like you, around 11 or 12, 13, started watching anime because the internet was a very different place. Started watching anime, the first thing I watched was Death Note, and through that and also through searching the web for queer stuff, because that was something I was going through at that time, working out. I think my first BL was Gaku in Heaven, which is an anime, and I say BL, it's very shonen-ai, the manga that it's based on is intense. And then I was kind of had more of a relationship with watching anime throughout my later teens, and then over lockdown. I mean, but all this time as well, I'm kind of consuming other LGBT films and stuff, but not necessarily BL dramas in the way that we've been watching them. So, over lockdown, we met up with you when it was legal and safe to do so. Just want to put that in there. And you said, Avanji said, you have to watch these Thai BLs. And we were like, okay. And then we went back and watched Two Moons. She made a very, very detailed spider diagram for us.
The spider diagram.
Which is, honestly, was so helpful.
I was so excited that you decided.
I was excited.
Honestly didn't think you were going to do it. I really did not think. I thought you were just humouring me.
No.
But then you said, we're going to watch something, recommend us something. And I was like, I'm going to make you a PowerPoint, a graph, whatever you want. I was so excited. I wanted to help as much as possible.
And you did a very good job. It was very comprehensive. It had thematic elements to it. It was very well put together. The first thing we watched was Two Moons, which I hold fondly in my heart, although I will say it's not the strongest BL that we've watched, but there were things about it that were really sweet and wonderful. And then the next thing we watched was Tarn Type, and we've watched a ton of stuff over lockdown now, just because we have so much free time, and because they're great.
So, moving on to question 6. Okay, I'm ready. Have we ever been to Switzerland?
I have been to Switzerland, yeah!
Oh.
I've been to Zurich. I had a friend who, when I was like 13, one of my friends from primary school moved to Switzerland and they invited me to go stay for a week in the summer. Yeah, and I went. It was really lovely. I remember there being a lot of lakes. Oh. I don't know if that's just like the area that I was in or if Switzerland is known for its lakes.
It sounds like my kind of country. I love the lake country.
Yeah, good chocolate, lakes.
Question 7. What is your favourite BLE?
Oh my god, this is a really tough
such
question.
a loaded question. Oh my goodness.
So I keep a really detailed record, which is not like me at all. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's kind of become an obsession on my drama list of everything that we've watched together. We rate it. I write notes in case like I need to go back and remember what I liked and didn't like. Do you know what? I'm going to pull up my drama list so I can objectively tell you what my favourite BL is.
While you're doing that, I'll go. I have put Tarn type.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's for nostalgic reasons, because Tarn type was possibly the series I watched right after 2 Moons. So 2 Moons, as you're probably aware, is very PG. I mean they like kiss at the very end. And moving straight on to Tarn type is an experience. And it was something I was not ready for. Obviously I was brand new to Thai BL. And then I found Tarn type. I genuinely think it talks about a lot of good things, and I really enjoy the structure it has as a series. I think I'm one of the people who's more into the couple getting together quickly or quick-ish, and then having to deal with something for the second half of the series.
You're not like a slow burn.
I'm not so much, unless there is other stuff happening that is just as interesting, like the second series I've noted down here, which is Until We Meet Again.
Yeah.
Until We Meet Again is just a completely different series to any of the other series. It has such a unique plotline and themes, and the acting is amazing. And I think it's because it's so different and unique that it is done so well. So have you figured out what yours are?
Yes. Okay. So. Okay. Does it can be any. It doesn't have to be Thai BL specifically.
Or it does just say favourite BL.
Okay. So favorite Thai BL. I can do that first. Has to be. He's Coming to Me.
Oh,
I know
okay.
It's an outlier, right? So I really love Sotus. I love Christ. I love Singto.
As I know.
Yes,
as
you
I
can
am
tell.
aware.
But He's Coming to Me is so it has Singto. Singto's great, but it's just such a good. It's a shorter series. There's a really good balance between plot, because I think in some BLs, completely understandably, because it's for a lot like a romantic comedy genre. So the romance is the plot. This is part of it, but there's a kind of like a mystery element to it that is just really super satisfying to watch, really well paced, really interesting, and had so many good twists. I'm not going to give any away, but please watch He's Coming to Me if you haven't, because it's so good. So He's Coming to Me is my favourite Thai BL. I'll tell you my highest rated ones. Sotus got a 9.5. Oh my god, I know, it's generous. I love it. I really
Some
shouldn't.
people will aggressively agree with you.
Yeah.
I aggressively do not agree with you.
Oh my god, yeah.
We'll save that argument.
We can have that fight later. I also loved History 3 Trapped is the only one that we've given a 10. But also I think The Untamed, I'm going to give a 10. We've just finished The Untamed. It's wonderful.
Question 8. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? Yeah, our dream trip is Thailand. Pop on over to China. Maybe hop on a boat to South Korea.
And then Japan.
And Japan.
I've been to Japan a couple of times already. My honeymoon is going to, whenever that happens, going to be in Japan as well. And I would also love to see more of Europe. I've seen quite a bit of Western Europe, haven't seen a ton of Eastern Europe. Really like to.
I don't think there's anywhere I really want to go other than Thailand.
Yeah, that's our next, our next goal, Thailand 2021.
Here we come, baby.
Here we come. BL pilgrimage.
It is. It's going to be a BL pilgrimage.
It is.
We have already sought out and saved certain places that we've seen in BL series that we want to go to. Question 9. I'm interested in this one. I think I already know your answer.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Who are your BL biases? So I'm taking this as ships. So your BL ship biases.
Okay, so Chris Singto.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, 100%. I think they're so cute together. That's my answer.
Is that your only answer?
No, I also
Newgolf.
Oh yeah, Newgolf are great.
Chris Singto and Newgolf for you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the two couples you invest a lot of emotions into.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a few options.
Okay. You got a list? Oh, you
yeah.
have a list. Okay.
I have a list. Obviously, Newgolf.
Obviously.
Obviously. How can you not love those two squishy little babies?
Rapscallions.
We always talk about how shipping something too hard is not healthy. However, when Newgolf do that to us, it's hard. It's very hard not to ship them to death. Then I have Boom Pram. So Boom Pram, I just love a blonde. I think that's how that's
the whole explanation.
That's how that started. When I watched the series, obviously I was very invested in their relationship. And the third one is Perth to Lay. So Neo Party. That's just purely because Perth is adorable. And their relationship in My Engineer was one of my favourites. There were a lot of couples in that series, and that could have gone horribly wrong. But somehow they managed to break up their screen time very well, and we get a really nice gist of how their relationship grows until the very end when we get that magical kiss scene. Okay, the last question. This is one that I just kind of made up, just to make it a nice round 10.
Okay.
Who is your husband? So now you just have to choose one who is like your BL husband.
Oh no. That's really hard. Oh.
I could go first.
Go first, I'll have a think.
I have just put Perth Nakun.
Oh, obviously.
And
love that for you.
And yeah, 100%. And New. I couldn't choose between the two.
So you're just gonna have both?
No, I won't have both. I will have whoever's interested.
I've got options.
Exactly. I think New because he was the first BL actor who I thought was absolutely gorgeous, and I was just starstruck by his face. So he will always have a special place in my heart. And Perth because he's an adorable, beautiful soul. I had theories for you.
Okay, tell me who you think.
I thought immediately Chris.
I love Chris. As a gay woman, for some reason. Chris is very appealing. I just think I like his expressions. Alright, we're gonna go Chris. I'm just gonna go hard on it.
I mean, obviously at the moment it would be Yibo. It would be in this moment in time.
Husband of the moment.
Yeah,
husband of the moment.
Husband of the moment. We'll have to share him.
True.
But
that's fine.
But I would definitely say Chris for you, just because, just following Instagram and
my journey.
Your journey on Instagram. It's mostly Chris.
The first time that we watched SOTUS, and then you get to the very last episode, and they kind of have like a kind of like a promo for the special series that they did. I was completely shocked by how different he was. Like in real life, he's a really dorky, like he has great expressions and he's just very funny. And anytime there's a camera, he'll find it. So like in the SOTUS special shows when they're meant to be singing to each other, Singto is looking very lovingly at Chris, and Chris is just like scanning for the camera so that he can look into it and direct his song to it. I just think he's really sweet. He's very funny. He's a good actor. He's very cute. Stan Chris.
That's what it comes down to, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're very cute.
They're cute.
Cute boys.
Yeah.
Cute boys. A BL series makes.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. So we also run Thai BL memes over on Instagram, and our podcast-specific account is That's Such BL Podcast, where you can follow us for updates and extra content. So you'll be able to listen to future episodes on our Instagram, That's Such BL Podcast, on IGTV, or you'll be able to find it on any major podcast platform like Apple Music, Spotify, or just the podcast app that you use. Thanks so much for listening.
รายการต่อไปนี้